Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you are watching us from or where this video finds you or what time you choose to watch this video. We appreciate that you've chosen to watch it and we are grateful. Now, we post every Saturday at 7 a.m. Every Saturday at 7 a.m. expect a video from we, the Tsalwas, NdoaWithTheTsalwas. If all factors remain constant, that is what we've decided that we'll be doing. But welcome back to Tsalwa. Here we are about vulnerability, acceptance, and hope. Wow! Thank you so much for watching our previous video on love and submission. Now, roles and responsibilities, and then it spilled over to love and submission. But we promise that we'll do this video to just discuss, share our opinion. By the way, we don't have monopoly of understanding, of knowledge. So if you have another opinion, you can share with us on the comment section. It will also help us. By the way, marriage, nobody has a manual for marriage and how marriage works better. But as we share with one another, we get to learn from one another, and marriages are beautiful. Why? Because marriage is God's idea. It was instituted by God in the book of Genesis chapter 1 and 2. That's where marriage was instituted when God created Adam, and he realized it was not good for man to be alone. Okay? And so he created Eve out of the rib of Adam. And so man, male and female. So this institution, it's God-given, and it is a beautiful thing if we live together in harmony. And so our purpose here at Tsalwa, NdoaWithTheTsalwas, it's actually to share and to be as vulnerable as possible concerning marriage, so that all of us together may benefit a one or two things. So karibuni sana, we are grateful. Tsalwa, you are quiet. Yeah. So anyway, we said we will discuss love, hindrances to love and submission. Our last video, hata nyinyi muliona vile ilikuwa kinda moto. But anyway, we agreed that we will discuss about love and hindrances. So there's the mutual submission from the previous video. There's the mutual submission that we submit to one another as we do to the Lord. That is from Ephesians 5:21. You will be safe to read from 17 all the way to all the way down to 33.
Yes.
Yeah. There's the mutual submission. That's we submit to one another mutually. Mutual submission where we respect each other, we love each other, as we do to the Lord. And then there is now, in a family, everybody has their part. The wife has their part, the husband has their part. And so, yes, there's a mutual submission, but there's also love. It's actually love that made you get married to that gentleman or to that beautiful lady that you are living with, that you are married to. So it's actually, so all of us have a part to play. But we are saying that there has been a discussion, why should I submit to a man who does not love me sacrificially as Christ loved the church? And there has also been, why should I love a woman?
Love a woman who does not submit to me.
Why should I love a woman who does not love to me? We are saying,
submit.
Who does not submit to me? Why should I love a woman who does not submit to me? So we want just to dive into that conversation and discuss what are the hindrances to love and submission. Now you can speak. You know, nisikia naongea mpaka call.
This week I read, is it a cartoon or these things that are drawn, and then what one person is saying is captured in a caption, and then the response. So there is this couple so the husband is the one who spoke first. The husband said, all you have done the last 30 years is to correct anything that I ever said.
They have been married for 30 years.
Then the wife responded, it is not 30 years, it is 31.
Have you watched? There's another video I saw on TikTok. It's actually these people that interview couples. So it's actually not in Kenya. It's out there.
Yes.
So it is. So this guy is moving with a microphone and say, hi. Hi, how are you? Fine. How long have you been married? 40 years. Yeah. So can you give us the secret to marriage? And then you've watched it.
Where the husband says you do everything
she says. Or the husband says listen to your wife. Yeah. So that's how it goes. Hi Tsalwa, how are you?
Very well.
How long have you been married?
The last 9 years.
9 years. Wow. And you look very happily married.
Yes.
So give us a secret to marriage.
Listen to your wife.
That's number one. Number two,
do everything she says.
So anyway,
I wonder if ladies were asked.
I didn't see ladies being asked.
Yes, I'm just imagining if that person was asking ladies, a lady, and what their response will be.
You know, I think for me, I don't know about other wives. Please, other wives, what would you respond? But I think, in as much as marriage is that mutual, it's both of us. Ladies, in most cases, we respond.
You respond to?
We respond. We respond to treatment. We respond to feelings. How you make me feel, I respond accordingly. Mm-hmm. You know, like the way I remember that some people can be watching this thing with their parents, with their children, so but ladies, we respond.
Anyway, submission, love.
Hindrances.
What are the hindrances? Number 1, selfishness.
What does that? Sasa umeanza na ubaya.
No, I mean many times.
To me, a polite language.
So you make it polite.
The me factor.
Oh my goodness. You know.
Just say the me factor. Ukiambia mtu you are selfishness. They feel attacked. Anyway, continue.
I am learning to be polite. The me factor. In most cases, people, the husband is asking himself, why should I love a woman or a wife who does not actually submit to me or respect me? So it is, my love becomes conditional to the extent, as long as you submit and you're respectful, that is when I will love. And the woman is also on the other side saying, I cannot submit to a man who does not love me. So as long as you don't love me, I will not submit. So we come into marriage with this expectation and with some unrealistic script of how to be loved and how to be respected. And as long as it is based on me, I want you to respect me the way I want it, you probably may never actually meet the standard that I have, kind of an imaginary standard that I have put, that this, if you do this, you have respected me. If you don't do this, you have not respected me. If you say this, you have not respected me. If you say it this way, you have not respected me. And most of those standards are uncommunicated. So that we get to a place where you as a wife, you are expecting on Valentine's Day, I'll bring flowers. I didn't bring flowers, maybe I brought a dress. Your expectation for love to be communicated to you was so specific that it has to be flowers. But then, I did not come with flowers, I thought about a dress. So yes, I have loved you, but I didn't love you the way you expected to be loved. So as
you loved me
how I imagined or how I thought best
how
to love you.
How you yourself feel loved.
Most likely. So in many cases, when we are self-centered, I want to do it my way, and I want her to do it my way, not her way. I think that is where the struggle really begins, in the issues of husband, love your wife, and wife, submit to your husband.
The me factor.
The me factor.
I also think that on the same line of the me factor is because sometimes, someone can give up, where you feel like I give too much in this marriage. I think I give too much. Nimechezwa as a wife, na feel ni kama this love nafikiri kwa hii marriage nimechezwa. And that is to mean, for example, that we all go to work. We come back home. By the way, we come back home. There's a baby waiting to breastfeed. There's a house girl waiting for instruction. There are many things that needs to be done by me as a wife. And then tomorrow morning, not even before tomorrow, there are things that my husband might not be able to do. Like he might not breastfeed the baby. He might not go to the kitchen and write a shopping list, because tomorrow from work I need to pass by the market. So all that time when I'm breastfeeding, he is seated. When I'm writing the shopping list, he is seated. So I feel like he is resting and I am giving a lot. So the me factor. And then when you bring that also with maybe you feel like you earn more, you bring much more money to the equation, you feel like I can therefore do bad by myself. I don't think I need this man anymore. Or I don't think I feel like I give a lot. Or if it's a husband who goes to work and the wife stays at home, but this staying at home has a lot of work. Yeah. It's the wife who stays at home and you are the one who goes to work. You begin to feel, my wife just stays there and she does nothing. All she does is wear dera. And she is there loitering through the house the whole day. So the me factor, you are looking at how much I am giving. Now, the easiest way to break a marriage is to begin to think that you are giving more than the other party.
It is true.
Yeah.
It is true. In fact, the person who stays at home, in my opinion, does more than the one who goes out.
It's true.
Because, and maybe just talking to the husbands, if your wife gave you a chance to be her for just 1 week, to do all the things that she does, when you are on leave, try to do everything that she does. I try to help in the house many times. Not always, but I try to help a lot in the house. So one day, before we had this house girl arrangements, and I think those days we didn't even have a day back. Did we have a day back? Or maybe not.
When we were newly married, so we felt we can do bad by ourselves. We don't need someone in the house. So we had a lady who used to come clean thrice a week. So 4 days we were alone and we were working. So anyway.
So one day I was cleaning the house, it's mopping. Mopping. I was mopping and
alikuwa anapiga deki duster.
Yeah. And then I had something like walking in my spine. I went and I sat on a couch. And let me tell you, I didn't wake up. The next time I was in hospital, I had to do an MRI. I respect ladies.
And you were sent for physio.
I was sent for physio, which I have not gone. I need to go. I think if you are a physiotherapy, mimi ni mteja. I need physiotherapy. So anyway, the point is that no one does less.
Everybody is shaped by God. Yes. Everybody is structured to do what they can only do.
Yes.
But because after then I realized, well, there are things that I can do. I can bend the whole day and I am fine. But the son of Adam here will bend for 2 hours, and the next time we are at German Center trying to find out what's wrong with his back. So there are things that only your wife can do, and only your husband can do. And that is not limited to what we think. There are also other husbands who can bend for a long time. So it's good to, as you think about yourself, the Bible says yesterday, I was reading that entire chapter and I realized that, the Bible says, love your wife as you love your own body. That if you are loving your husband, you love him as yourself. Because if you love your body, you will feed it, you will clean it. Love your teeth, you brush them, you'll make sure that you are in the best condition ever. So the me factor, feeling like I give much, I give a lot, I give more. I do more. I am the one who thinks about investments, duty and roles and responsibility allocations, thinking that it's the man who is supposed to think where the land is supposed to be bought. He's the one who is supposed to do the transactions, my sister or my brother. There are men who can do that, but there are also women who can do that.
I think it is important to appreciate the different strengths that every party in marriage has, so that you capitalize on the strength. And in most cases, your strength as a man will cover the weakness of the wife, and the strength of the wife will cover the weaknesses of a man. And then there is complementing. It's not competition. But when we are the me factor is over exalted, other than complementing, you begin to compete, and that can lead to breaking the relationship.
So that's actually very key for us to realize that marriage is about complementing, not competition.
Yeah, we are not in a race.
We are not competing who does what more. It's actually complementing each other. That where I'm strong, I take lead. Yeah. Where you are strong, you take lead. Where I'm weak, you step in. Where you are weak, the other person steps in.
And actually, if we were to be candid enough, the me factor is just an issue of pride.
So that's another hindrance. That's another hindrance to love and submission. Kiburi, pride. You are too proud that, egoistic.
Well, egoistic. This ego business is also an expression of
pride.
It is there. There is a something in a man called ego.
Even in a woman.
But yeah, but when we overemphasize it, I can't do this because I am a man. It really stops being what God intended it to be, and it becomes pride. Because when if I say I can't change diapers because I am a man, honestly, does changing diaper transform you into a woman? Just thinking about it.
Or I can't, for the wife, a woman saying, I can't pay bills, I can't pay rent, I can't buy land. This man, assuming that you earn more than your husband, so feeling like I can't pay rent and I can't buy land. The land is 3 million and this man can only afford 200,000. My friend, God, when he decides to provide through you in that marriage for that man, it is only through you. So it's just another ego and another pride and another traditional way of thinking, which we cannot again box God there. There's a way for a Christian couple. When God has put you together, he can do anything with the two of you.
Yeah, and by the way, money is neither female nor male. So money Money is just a tool that is used to facilitate our lives. It's neither male or female. Whoever has money, let the money serve the purpose.
Someone has written on the YouTube, on the comment section, and said we discuss about finances in marriage. So we will do the next video, finances in the marriage. Yes, finances in the marriage. But sorry. Pride. After pride, the other one, I think, and this one is a major one, it's unforgiveness. Unforgiveness, where something happened, maybe your husband or your wife cheated, or just something happened and you withdrew from them. You said, we will just stay together for the children. Or in-laws, third parties came in and you feel like, this man, how do you submit to such a man? How do you live with such a man? But you know, there are spouses that are actually troublesome. You can find a husband who is just troublesome, regardless of what you... And we agree that I'm the one who chose them. But they also conned me into marriage. You know? And so, where your life now is in danger. This person was pretending to be a good person. And we have seen, they behave like politicians. You know the way a politician, when they want votes, they are all good, bwana sifiwe, among other things. But when they get into the office, they become something else. Also, there are spouses and there are some people in marriage where, before they marry, they are very good. They are very submissive. They are very loving. They are good church people, very good, until they get into the marriage. And then they turn out to become something else. Now, that one has its own story together, all together. We advocate for marriage and we say, stay in marriage. Fight for your marriage, stay in marriage. But where your life is in danger.
Yeah.
Because somebody behaved like a politician.
Temporary separation may be necessary.
Temporary separation may be necessary. Wacha huyo mtu ajifikirie kwanza kidogo tu. But when you do that, also seek counseling. Be counseled so that you can be reconciled back together. Because we don't advocate for remarriage. Because my friends, second marriages are tough. I've never been to any. But I have learned through others that second marriages are difficult to stay in there. So unforgiveness, please seek counsel. Be counseled to let go of that which that person does. But as a couple, as a Christian couple, please consider frequent marital refresher courses. Go for marriage seminars, listen to couples talking, go to church, go for counseling. You don't have to have a problem for you to go and see a pastor to talk about marriage. By the way, being counseled, it's not a weakness. We actually do go see people for counseling, just to talk. Say, you know, at this point I am here, so that we are also able to declutter our emotion. Because again, we are dealing with a lot as Kenyans. We are dealing with taxes, high taxes. And that can affect how we relate to each other. Mtu amekasirikia huko because of their payslip. Now that can also affect marriage totally. Yeah. That said, do you have any other hindrance that you think? Tumesema the me factor, pride, and forgiveness.
Unforgiveness.
Hizo tatu.
And they can be dealt with. It's actually one. It's the secret is in our submission to Jesus Christ. And my understanding of submission, when we say that Jesus is my Lord, we actually mean that he is the one who is in charge, who is calling the shots. He's the one who is providing leadership. And so when he says, do this, I do. When he says, don't do this, I obey. I don't do it. And I believe that if we are able to submit to Jesus completely, by the help of His Spirit and obedience to His word, I'm sure we are able to submit one to another so that we become less self-centered, we become more Christ-centered. And being Christ-centered creates room to accommodate and appreciate your spouse better than if you are not Christ-centered.
Asanteni sana. Marriage is hard, by the way. Even for Adam and Eve, it was not easy. That's why the snake came and told Eve. And then when God realized, when they got into disagreement, they were blaming each other. So marriage is difficult, marriage is hard, but marriage is beautiful, and it works for those who work towards it. That you work towards improving yourself, not the other person. The one difficult thing about marriage is that you can't change the other person. You can only change yourself, improve yourself as a party, and so you are able to live with ease with the other person. Otherwise, thank you very much. We are grateful. We truly appreciate that you chose to watch this video. See you next time. We will find time.
Please remember to subscribe, like, and share this video. See you next time.
See you next time.